Hi there, Galen here, design team member for Unity Stamp Company. Today I have a really sweet pickle card today. It's for a pregnancy, and I am using Metallix Pearl Gel by Decofoil, and I'm also going to use a little bit of coloring for the pickles. I'm using Unity Stamp Company kit called In a Pickle, and I'm also using rustic wood paper pack. I'm using the green wood this time. And I'm also using Decofoil Metallix gel in white pearl that's found in the shop at Unity. And I'm using a Faber-Castell spatula. I have My Creative Time scalloped stitched oval dies, and also one of their retired heart stencils, but any stencil will do to make this background. I like to use archival ink, and I'm using Versamark ink and a powder tool for the embossed sentiment. I use a Ranger craft mat. It's in a plastic craft mat for mixed media projects like this. And I line up where I want the stamping and the stenciling to be, so that when this is done, after I trim the embossed panel there, I'm going to die cut it later, and I wanted it to be lined up properly. In this case, I did not die cut first. I'll die cut later. So I use a very small layer of this Metallix gel, and I use a spatula to spread that around where the hearts are in the stencil, and scrape off any excess. And it's very important after you're finished to clean your spatula and your craft area and your stencil, and also to close your the gel bottle, just to make sure that things don't dry before you're finished with everything. So you want to wipe off excess and then run it under soapy water. So now I'm using the Mini Misty to stamp the pickle jar and the sentiment. And for the sentiment, I'm going to heat emboss it in white and then trim that into a little flag shape. Now I wipe off any excess powder there after the embossing is dried. Now for the pickles, I decided to use Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers or pens, and these are water-based. I decided in this case, since the image is so small, that I'm not going to use watercolor paper. I just used 80-pound cardstock. And I just go in with colors and multiple layers. I started with blending with a water brush, but I decided, I don't really need to do that for the whole thing. I just start with a darker shade, come in with a medium shade, and then finish with a lighter shade of those greens. So I did that to finish the rest of the stamped pickle jar. And I just pick some coordinating colors. Any colors will do with any image. This is going to be for Whitney at Unity. I just wanted to make her a special card because she's expecting. So I'm doing this before she knows I'm doing this. And so after that's finished, I heat set it to make sure everything is dry. I use Distress ink for the edges just to go around that pickle jar. And a tip that I have for die cutting after you've embossed something is to use waxed paper in between the die and your embossing and run that through the die cutting machine. It comes out real clean and clear. Your hearts and your stenciled image looks just perfect, and your dies don't become messy from the embossing paste. So that was really a fun tip that I like to do. I found that online. So you just layer all the pieces. I chose to use some foam tape and flat double-sided tape. And I'm using hemp twine or hemp cord thread to just tie an accent to the top of the card. I hope you like this. It's really fun to do, and it's easy. Take a moment to like and follow me and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.